but no, you guys were talking about this. So, like, when you get interviewed, what's that experience like, being the focal point of the pod?
We haven't done too many.
You just did one, right?
We just did one last Monday.
Yeah. How's that going?
Or the Monday before that, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Like, that was our second time with them, and like now we're kind of friends with them, so that made it a lot easier. But
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I think we're getting way better on camera, which is helpful.
yeah,
Yeah.
that helps.
But this is nice.
You guys look great.
This is nice.
Yeah, matching always is the best. I told you this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And look what you showed up today.
This guy gets upset when I wear the same clothing, but I'm just trying to be me, bro.
Hey, I think the
Yeah, there
fits
you
are
go.
really important. But this guy also is the one that forgets the Northern Hydration all the time.
Yeah.
And look at all the
know.
Northern Hydration
there
that
you
we
go.
have
Well, that's
today,
because we
bro.
actually have the crew here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You came to the source this time.
Yeah.
Exactly. We came to the source.
Are we gonna do this or
Yeah,
what?
let's intro in this thing.
All right, bro, let's
okay,
go.
guys. So, welcome to the True Potential Podcast. We are on episode. Are we getting on episode 13 now?
Well, season 2 episode.
Season 2, episode 4.
4.
Amazing. And so, to christen the new season, we have our first guest of the season, the guys from Northern Hydration. Welcome, guys.
Thank you guys for having us. Thanks for
you.
coming down.
Thanks for the visit.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
I would-
Alex and Sebastian.
Yeah, I would say this is the first time that I've combined a beer with some hydration,
So we're at Caledon Hills Brewing.
and I feel great about it.
And that's, I mean, I feel good about it too. It's crazy for a Monday, but here we are. I feel like I'm literally back in brewing myself.
yeah.
Right? When I worked at Bench, this is like a throwback here. But this is cool. So, guys, we're going to kind of go through your story because I think that's the most important thing. And you guys have obviously shared a bunch of that with us today. But why don't you start by talking about who you guys are in more detail, about Northern, maybe talk about Caledon a little bit, all that stuff. So
Sounds
who
good.
are you?
Cool. Okay. So I guess if we want to start from the beginning.
From the
Yes.
beginning, baby.
Okay. So it started in, I don't know, probably 1993, just before I was born. Our dad, he's a brewmaster. He went to school in Germany, got a university degree in brewing, and then has been doing beer his whole life, in the beverage industry his whole life. His main thing was building breweries for other people. And then in 2015, when I graduated university, we both went to school in the States, and he was like, I want you to come home. Don't stay in the States. And because
you almost did.
Yeah, I was actually applying to jobs.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about like our kind of squash career.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be a coach in New York City for an urban youth program. So he didn't like that idea. He actually, from graduation, he drove me to the Bronx. We stayed overnight at some crappy hotel, and then he was like,
Luckily
no,
it
this
fell
can't
through.
happen. Yeah, and so I moved home, and he was like, well, I've been doing beer my whole life. Why don't we start a brewery together? And this was when in the U.S. craft beer was already taking off.
Right.
But in Canada, we hadn't seen the craft beer
It was
scene
like starting.
explode.
Yeah, it was starting.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, cool. We actually had to buy the name Caledon Hills Brewing, believe it
Really?
or not. Yeah, one of our neighbors owned it. Yeah.
Interesting. You could go knock on his door.
Yeah, so in Caledon, a lot of places you don't even know your neighbor because it's
so
like
rural.
the properties are rural and
Yeah.
lots of farmland. So we had to like figure out who this guy was. We set up a meeting. We bought the name, and then it's been 10 years since we started Caledon Hills Brewing.
Did he haggle you for the name or what? Or was he just like,
We paid.
don't know,
He
guys.
tried to.
Yeah,
He tried
tried
to.
to get a lot of money.
Yeah, we ended up just paying the lawyer fees to transition everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he was older. He was
older.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. It's been a lot of fun. And then Alex graduated university during COVID.
Yeah, 2020.
okay.
Yeah, like the last 3 months of university I spent here at home. And I was looking for jobs, but obviously it was COVID. And I've been telling my parents for a few years that I'm like, I want to work with you guys. And COVID helped that happen.
You were interested in vertical farming. I remember.
Yeah. So I have a biology degree. I was pre-med. And
Okay.
then I really didn't want to do that. So I still have like that pre-med degree. And I was looking at like all these biology companies. There's this really cool company in Guelph that does vertical farming.
Okay.
So I did like 2 working interviews with them, and then COVID hit. So I was kind of stuck. And yeah, luckily, like my parents were like, "Yeah, come with us. Like, let's do it." And yeah, we spent 4 years just doing the brewing, learning the brewing process.
Yeah, Alex got good at it.
Yeah.
Better than I ever got at it. Yeah, because, well, our dad is an expert in the brewing stuff, so
Yeah.
he really took on that big role, and then I was more like sales, marketing.
Yeah.
Also learned how to brew. Like we both know how
Yeah,
to
we
do
both know how to do
everything. But he took a bigger role in the brewery.
I spent 4 years doing only brewing
and
like,
learning.
Nothing else.
You were close to going to school to Germany.
Yeah. My parents were like, why don't we send you there?
Yeah,
I'm like,
to do a
okay, that'd be
course.
kind of fun. But it was really expensive. And I don't know. My wife was probably like, no, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it also was I wanted you to join me
That's true.
in kind of the more sales stuff, growing the business stuff instead of being in the brewery. Working in the brewery is amazing. Like, I mean, you're doing a lot of this and you get to test new things all the time. But you know, as a business owner, like we're equal partners in the business. Like I needed him to step up and like
to grow,
help me with things, like not just in the brewery.
Yeah.
So,
and then it was just over a year ago where we were kind of just thinking like, what should we do next? Like, you know, we had the brew pub, we had the brewery was doing well. You know, we're like, what can we do that's different, unique, and we somehow non-alcoholic. Yeah, that was huge. Yeah. And we kind of stumbled on like, okay, we've been playing sports our whole life. The U.S. has such good products. I was getting ready for my wedding, and I'm like, okay, I'm training a lot. I kind of want like a product that I can use. So we began like kind of testing like different electrolyte drinks, and we would actually put them in 50-liter kegs, and we would bring them to our squash club, and we would let people try it. And we got some awesome feedback, some bad feedback on some of them. We used some weird supplements in the beginning, some that made you go to the bathroom right away. Those ones sucked.
It was something in a stevia powder that we had bought. Apparently, like most stevia powder that you buy just from the grocery shelf, like if you put too much of it, it just is like
it's like a laxative.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So if you wanted to,
So you send some people.
Send them to the bathroom.
I think that was one that we only had. Luckily.
We only had.
It's a good competitive advantage for
us
squash.
and Phil.
You know?
Us and Phil.
Yeah.
If you have a tough matchup in squash, you
Oh,
just
yeah,
get a drink
here,
that.
drink
Have
this.
this to hydrate you.
Really good.
I think we shouldn't downplay the level of athletes you guys were. Also, like D1
Yes.
squash players. Let's put that out there. As like someone who tried to play at the college level and couldn't.
God.
I think he can relate to
How
the
hard
level
it is.
of athlete you guys were. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we both went to D3 schools, but the program was D1.
Okay.
So we both were on teams that were ranked number 1 in the U.S. at one point while we were in there.
Yeah.
For the 4 years. We played squash from the age of. I started at like 4.
Yeah. Probably.
Forever.
Well, we're about 5 years different in age, so. I started at probably like 8, and you were
I was
starting
really
at
little.
4 years old.
Is
or
that
so.
because of your dad? Is that like because of
Yeah.
that influence? Like,
Yeah,
did he
so-
play squash? Because I didn't grow up with squash. Or,
Yeah,
you know.
100%. So it's actually like crazy how things happen.
Yeah.
So he had a brewery in Woodbridge.
Okay.
And he was working there. He's always been a gym goer. He was like the biggest fan of Arnold.
Yeah.
Like that was like his
German.
dream. Like
Love.
you know,
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
That's
so
amazing.
And he was pretty big at one
he
point.
was-
Our dad.
Your dad was?
Yeah.
He's still jacked. Like if you
Yeah.
guys saw him, you'd be like,
He's
damn.
strong.
Like wow.
Yeah, like he's not like a big dude, but he's like ripped.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Great forearms. So he was brewing in Woodbridge, and he joined this gym to like work out at around the corner from his brewery, and just so happens that one of the best coaches in Canada at the time was the club squash pro there.
Okay.
So he was getting people to start playing, and my dad started playing. He's very athletic, so he loved it, just like the running around like crazy. He
Yeah.
has infinite energy, so it was great for him. And then I think probably Rob Brooks, who was the coach, was like, Stefan, like, do you have kids? Like,
bring
he
him
was
in.
very good at training juniors.
Yeah, that was his
his main
specialty.
thing.
Like,
You guys,
so you were like 14, like from
Yeah.
like 5 to 14 was like that was where he was the best.
yeah, you guys might have heard of Jonathan Power, maybe.
Yeah.
He was like the best Canadian squash player ever. He made it to number 1 in the world. He got pretty famous because he was also a bit of like a playboy party animal guy.
He was awesome.
That's a squash dude?
Yeah.
he was like he
was
like
cool.
disrupted the whole squash world because like it was like it's like a kind of like a posh sport.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
English.
Yeah,
you
Right.
know.
you wear like all whites at most of the clubs in Toronto.
Sounds like Tennessee kind of thing.
It's the same.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
going
And-
to tournaments wearing basketball
and he
shorts.
would like
Hell
show
yeah.
up
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
hungover, like coked out of his brain, and like win the tournament.
Yes.
And he was Canadian, so it was awesome.
Yes.
Like first I think he was one of the first North Americans to be like 1 in the world.
probably.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was up
Probably
there.
is, yeah. So our coach coached him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we just elevated. We were both on Team Canada's juniors.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Really?
Yeah, and it was fun. It was a great family thing because like we got to play with our dad all the time, and
Yeah.
our dad, not being a squash player, was like more like a football player on court. So he was very rough and like would run into you and push you and stuff, like not on purpose. That's just how he played. But it gave us an advantage because then when we played kids, and if there was like a little bit of like contact,
them
where in
back.
squash there's not a lot of contact,
Right.
we were always like, what was that? That was
Yeah.
like, was that a fly on my shoulder? Like, that was nothing.
Yeah.
And we're,
People in the tee or
we're
what?
considered like
Basically.
big. We're big for squash. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like most squash players are like small and petite. They're
Fair.
really thin.
Like size-wise, you're big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like-
or tall and lanky.
Like, and we're not that tall, and we were like considered very tall. So it was like
Interesting.
we would hit people a lot because we're just in the way.
Well, what's the rule technically on that? Can you make contact? Is that allowed, or what's the whole? Because I know you
Like
fight over
slightly.
the constantly. It's like
Yeah.
this whole like thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
a
a
little bit of
dance.
contact is okay.
Yeah.
Man, we
A
like
little
contact.
bit.
We like
Yeah.
contact.
But
Contact is
guess.
more fun.
The one thing I want to ask you guys about, because like Connor and I were talking about this the other day about how like entrepreneurship is like a very creative endeavor, and I think it's really cool to see you guys pivot, so to speak, from like beer into like the hydration space. And you know, you were telling us a little bit about the process of how you did that, and how you guys were testing different things out and trying to figure it out. Like, that's creativity in my mind. Like, take us through the process of like going from beer to hydration, and like how that's been, and stepping into the space, and what you guys are learning to grow Northern into like what it is right now, which has been quite a bit of growth in the last year since you
Yeah.
guys launched the product.
I would say, first of all, we're not creative at all.
No.
Like, that is actually something where we lack. But like you said, entrepreneurship is kind of a creative endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actually said this a few months ago. The most creative thing we've ever done is come up with this idea,
Yeah.
for
which
sure.
is cool.
So you are creative.
It's really cool.
Like, we're not artistic, maybe, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's our
Autistic,
creative.
maybe.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I think it forces creativity out of you. Like, I mean, even if you just look at how you guys developed this place,
Yeah.
and like all the stuff you've done there now.
Well, just like
we
I
were
think,
talking about it. You
I think
have to
you're always thinking about change and like
Yeah.
what can I do next? Like, what's the growth of this? So I think that's the creativity that we have. We're good at being like, okay, what's our next step? Like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? So like when we were figuring out Northern, we started in kegs and stuff like that. And then we made the lemon first.
Yeah.
We made it in a black can with a mousse.
Yeah.
And we kind of just brought it to as many gyms as we could.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, let's see what the feedback is. We brought it to mostly squash clubs and CrossFit gyms, simply because squash, we had the in.
Sure.
CrossFit gyms, very easy to get the people to try it because they
Well, they were
know.
educated
they,
on
Yeah, they know
electrolytes
about
and-
the product.
Also used to products being
Yeah.
consumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys kind of coming from the fitness and athletic world know that like basically if you're working out under 45 minutes, you don't really need like carbs. So our drink is like amazing for under 45 minutes. Post that, you would need Northern plus carbohydrates or fueling before your workout. So even if you're just like lifting at the gym, or as you guys know, CrossFit, it's mostly like sub 15-minute
Yeah,
workouts.
it's quick,
Yeah.
quick work.
So as long as you're pre-fueling, which you should be if you're doing intense exercise, having a Northern hydration before or after is just
Yeah.
a no-brainer.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
for CrossFit, it was great.
Yeah, and we got lots of good feedback
Yeah.
from all the gyms. Like, we got into like 20 gyms across the GTA. One of our biggest is the Cambridge Club in downtown Toronto. It's a squash club.
Okay.
And from then on, we're like, okay, let's make another flavor. Let's try this. You know, like Sebastian's redesigned the can. How many times?
I don't know, like 20, 20 times.
Creative.
Yeah, there's so many different things you got to change. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the acronym CANI?
No.
So continuous and never-ending improvement.
Yeah.
And that's like something that
That's cool.
we always are trying to do. Always. Like it's
Yeah.
always in the back of our head. So changing the can 20 times because of that.
Yeah.
Starting Northern Hydration because of that.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually a new can. Like, this has changed already.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about that,
Yeah.
right? Because you guys are going to go more retail space, like
Yeah.
being grocery stores and different things, or gas stations.
Yeah, gas
Let's talk about
stations,
that.
stuff
So,
like
what's
that.
next that way as you kind of shift some of the branding to fit?
Yeah, so we're working with a company out of Vaughan, and they're like a broker. So they basically like help us tailor it all towards retail, and they're trying to help us get it into retail. So we're going to start with convenience and gas, and kind of go from there, because we're more focused on blue collar right now, and that's more where those people shop. So we're not going to start in grocery and stuff like that, just because that's not the market we're looking towards. Although we are trying to make it look more appealing to women and stuff like that, just because they're the shoppers in the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that's the goal. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be in our goal is what did I say? 300 stores.
Yeah, 300 stores.
That's
or so.
the end of the year. That's the
Would be
goal.
cool.
End of
They
2026.
They said that's a bit extreme, and I said, okay, we're gonna do it.
All right, bet.
I love it.
Let's
We're
go.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah,
hairy goals. You got to have them.
yeah, exactly.
On that note, like I think I admire this from your marketing standpoint. I think we talked about this on the drive up, but you guys are looking to make hydration a part of like daily activity, not
Yeah.
for just athletes.
Yeah.
And you're kind of branding yourselves that way, which I think really aligns because people do need to be hydrated, especially when they work these jobs.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me a little bit about like why you chose to go that route, what you admire about like the blue collar worker, and like kind of how this product fits and how you see it fitting?
So I think first off, you have to understand a little bit of the science of like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. So the government recommendation for sodium specifically is around like 2 grams a day, which is like ultra low for people who move. Most people need about 5 grams per day. So already there's a huge gap in what people are being told. Your average guy, let's say your average Joe who goes to work every day, maybe hits the gym, eats healthy, he's not getting enough sodium and potassium to fuel his body properly, and he's probably coming home not feeling amazing, where he could be if
especially
he
if
was
they're a blue
drinking something
collar.
like Northern Hydration. So we wanted to kind of change directions because we noticed there's a big gap in the marketplace for talking to those people. I think most of the marketing probably towards like blue collar is like energy drinks, where
Right.
I mean, the more and more I'm learning about caffeine and its effect on you, caffeine's really good in the beginning of the day, but past like noon, basically, it's really a bad idea.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these guys are, stopping at the gas station, grabbing a Monster,
Yep.
and then heading home, and then not getting good sleep because of it and feeling fatigued.
And getting up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And
Right.
sleeping like 3 hours because of the caffeine or like bad
Yeah.
sleep.
Right.
Right.
So instead, if they stopped, grabbed a Northern Hydration, they're going to refuel their electrolytes, and they're going to feel a hell of a lot better when they get in the driveway to see their wife, their kids, or whatever, and then be able to go to sleep on time and get up the next day and work hard again.
Especially like if you're thinking of like a business owner who owns like a landscaping company or something like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want your guys to perform really well?
Yeah.
Like why do you want your guys coming into work tired? Oh, I slept like shit. Like I need something to get me going. So what,
Yeah,
like
or hitting the midday fatigue.
Yeah.
You're working, sweating outside, and you're buying your crew Gatorade. Well, Gatorade, you need to
anything.
have like 5 Gatorades to have 1 Northern Hydration. But if you're sweating and working outside, you need 1 Northern Hydration or more.
yeah.
So you're not going to drink, let's say, 10 Gatorades in a day, but you can certainly drink 2 Northern Hydrations.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is the difference maker, right? Like these cans have 750 milligrams of sodium in them, and most of the things on the market, even in the fitness industry, have far less to some
Yeah.
degree, right? And I think a lot of people go to Costco's and grocery stores and they see electrolyte mix, but that's not what's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, label reading is really important.
Yeah.
Most people don't read labels, or they don't know how to read labels. They don't know what to look for. So something actually that's going to change on our label is this information on the side is
Yeah.
going to the front. And instead of breaking down the electrolytes, we're just going to give you a total on the front. And then that way you understand that there's a lot of electrolytes.
Right.
And then if you're knowledgeable, then you can go ahead and look at the nutrition fact label and find out what the breakdown is of electrolytes.
Yeah, we've noticed a lot of people like when they look at the front, they look at the supplement like the food table before they look at these side things.
They look at the food table, right?
Like if someone knows
just
what they're
normal,
looking
just
for,
normal to
that's what
look
they
at.
look for.
I mean, that's what I look at.
Right. So if it's
Yeah.
on the front and you see it right away, you're like, okay, if 1,300, that's a lot.
What's
Yeah.
this breakdown?
And then they're gonna look at that because
Yeah.
they're doing that anyways,
right.
right?
Yeah, that was the one thing that drew me to you guys. Like, I mean, I've been in the endurance space for a while, and I think I first came across Northern through like a collaboration you guys did with a race in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I've been like consuming these products for a while, and always looking for like a Canadian company. And so you guys caught my eye. But the one thing that I always talk about is like the actual breakdown of the electrolytes in the product itself for someone who is performing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these other products get marketed to people as electrolyte beverages, which is fine, and probably for that maybe the average person it's okay. But like when you're performing or you're working in environments, like
Yeah.
I never even thought about landscaping or even like
Yeah.
your head brewmaster at your
Yeah.
place we were just talking to, like how hot it gets in there in the summer. summer when you guys are brewing, it's like
Yeah, you
this
drink, like, a
product
few
is
a day.
is perfect for someone like that, where like you actually need to replenish sodium and all the other electrolytes at like a higher level,
Yeah.
right? And the nice part is there's no sugar in this, which it makes it like a truly
Like there's no crash.
good electrolyte
Right.
beverage, right? Versus like, Gatorade's fine, it's got some electrolytes, but there's other benefits you
Yeah.
get from the sugar and the carbs maybe for fuel. But like when we're looking at strictly like, okay, let's get electrolytes in, like this has been, one of my favorite
Yeah.
products. And
Well, when you look at like the RTDs, especially in Canada, like the electrolytes are really low and they all have sugar, and like the good ones are tailored towards kids.
Yeah.
Like there's Quench and BioSteel,
Right.
which nothing against them. They're doing what they want to do, but they're tailored towards like kids playing hockey, which is like not what we care about. Like we're looking actually for like what's going to help you perform. Like what is actually good for you. Like you don't need the sugar or you don't need the stevia.
Yeah.
Like if you want your electrolytes, as a grown adult, this is what you should be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking things that don't really help you, right?
But I mean, there's a lot of like misunderstanding or misinformation there about a lot of things, and obviously
Yeah.
fitness and just life. But like, I don't think people are tailoring much to those people, because a lot of people,
Yeah.
when we talk to them, we get this in our industry. It's like, I'm not an athlete. It doesn't matter. You move.
Yeah,
you move
you
your
move.
body. You're exercising. You're doing all these things. There is an expectation of yourself that you have to have, and how you feel is super important to that. But what would you say to somebody that like give me a little more breakdown on the sodium aspect of things too, because I think what you just said is really important. How that's like the FDA, you said, or like the Canadian kind of recommendation is what, 2?
Yeah,
2
about
grams,
2.
yeah.
And really we need
Yeah, it's
more.
more like 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so talk-
and that's for someone who's not like moving. Like it's
Right.
actually just it's a bell curve. So it's actually just better to have 5 even if you're not moving. And so a lot of like the old school mentality, especially like old school heart doctors and stuff.
Yeah.
What they're going to say is, well, sodium's going to boost your blood pressure. Not good. Don't have sodium. Sodium will have a minimal effect, like about 5 mmHg on your blood pressure. So it's very, very small. And most likely, if you have high blood pressure, it's because you have other things going on. Maybe you're overweight, or maybe your diet is not good, or you've had bad habits for a long time. It's
Yeah.
not going to be the sodium.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think that's the
Yeah, it's a
misconception.
huge thing.
huge, yeah.
Huge thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say a big part of what you guys probably have to do through content or even these kind of things, and something that I try to do because I love your product and like want to get it in more people's hands, is like educate consumers on why and when to use the product. Like a lot of people might not even understand that. So I would imagine that's a big part of like
Yeah,
the mission moving forward as this brand continues to grow.
Yeah, it's one of like our main pillars.
Yeah.
Like, we have a few pillars that we like try to get on every time we make like a social media post. Like obviously some are education, some are like just a cool video that
Yeah.
looks sweet. But like that's so important because you got to tell people. Like a lot of people don't know, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm tracking my food right now.
Yeah.
Because I told you guys I signed up for a half marathon, so I'm trying to cut a little bit. I don't know what I weigh right now, but I was about 230.
Okay.
So I would like to get like maybe 215, 210. And through the app, I was looking the other day, and because I'm inputting all the different foods, it shows you how much sodium you're consuming.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of an interesting thing to
Yeah.
look at. And without Northern Hydration, I eat pretty clean. I was hitting about 3,000 milligrams per day without Northern. So it's
Right.
like, wow, like and I exercise a lot.
Yeah.
So it's
So
like,
you were
wow,
at 3 grams without Northern.
without Northern. So
that's cool.
I needed at least 2 Northerns a day just to hit like probably what's good.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's cool
super
to track
interesting.
that.
So
Yeah,
if people
that's
ever track,
Yeah.
check out your app and see what your sodium intake is, and then you can really judge
Is
it.
that without like that doesn't include like salting your food, or does it?
I would lightly salt my food, but
Yeah,
it's
but I guess
not.
it's minimal, right?
It's so little. Like
Yeah.
if you put a gram of salt on your food, it's just really gonna taste not good.
Yeah. Put it in this beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, like that was one of the hardest parts about making it was like making it taste good.
Yeah.
Right. Not too salty.
Like how many renditions did we do? Like at least
Yeah, quite a
30,
few.
40.
Quite a
where
few.
like different like amounts of sodium, like different types of sodium, like
Yeah.
different types of salt. It was so hard to find like the right ratios where it was like this doesn't taste bad. Like I think we started at 1,000 milligrams and it was just way too hard to make it taste good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, without adding a sweetener.
But yeah, then we added monk fruit, and that did help.
Yeah, the monk fruit was good.
But we were like, oh, I don't know if we want that. I think we want the clean label. So then like we went back to like square one. We're like, okay, let's try this again.
The problem also with any additive, like
Yeah.
the new thing I think right now trending on YouTube is like aspartame. it's not that bad for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the Diet
we were
Cokes,
talking
baby.
about we were talking about Jeff Nippert. He made a video of like him in a bathtub of Diet Cokes, and they're like, you have to drink 100 a day for it to be bad for you.
I saw that.
So, like, right? That's funny. It's cool, and maybe it's true. But there's a taint on aspartame. There's even a big group of people who won't have stevia because they believe it leads to like birth defects.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different things. Even monk fruit. I can't remember what it was, but I think it's something to do with your heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so there's all these subsets of the more things you add, the more battles you're going to have to take.
You're like, no battles.
We already have a big battle with
Clean.
sodium.
Clean.
Right? So we'll take the big battle with sodium,
yeah.
and we don't have to worry about the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to you're gonna say
No,
something?
I know that was a good. I think all that reference is really important because people do get really conflicted with so many
Yes.
things, and they don't have the knowledge. And so again, do your research, or again, putting out educational materials helps so much, because then people go, okay, I can feel safe actually taking this, because it's so much like the Jeff Nippert thing is so funny because I saw that.
That is funny.
And I've had people over, the break in December just talking about sucralose to me and this and that. And I'm like, guys, like, we're really nitpicking everything here.
Yeah.
Like,
Just get your protein, baby.
yeah, just get your protein. Yeah, just eat healthier, but still, it's really important that you guys do that.
I wanted to ask, go ahead.
We had one awesome idea that we still maybe want to do one
Okay.
day.
I like
Sure.
awesome ideas.
Because you said protein. We wanted to make a protein beer.
Okay.
This was like Sebastian's idea. And
The guy's smirking on. He's like, we're still going to do this.
we've talked to so many people about it. And everyone's been like, dude, that sounds sick.
Okay, picture this. You go into a bar.
Yeah, sell me, baby.
You see a beer that has 20 grams of protein. Are
Done.
you buying any other beer?
Done.
No,
Already.
that is the only beer you're drinking that entire night. You're not touching anything else.
Yeah.
Right?
This is copyrighted, so steal our idea.
Yeah, I'm in.
But like,
Let's go.
could you do that easily? Is that not hard to do? Like, what are we talking here scientifically? Like,
So it's not that hard.
It's just getting the right product.
It's sourcing the ingredients is not that easy. We tried to source the ingredients, and the company basically said that. So in the U.S. right now, if you go into like a gas station, grocery store, everything is protein.
Yeah.
Like it's actually 100 times of what you see here on the shelf.
Yep.
And I was just in Florida and I saw that and I'm like, that's why we can't get the proper protein for the beer, because it's just they can't keep up with the production.
Yeah, they said like we're sold out.
They're like,
we
we're
can't
sold
help
out and we can't even tell you in the foreseeable future when we would be able to supply you.
you. Yeah, because what was it again? It like stays in solution. It doesn't
Yeah,
settle.
it's a specific way isolate that's clear, and has
no
very
taste.
little flavor. Yeah.
I don't know, an IPA that's kind of hoppy to hide any taste.
Yeah, or a stout.
Or a stout,
like a
like
Guinness
something like
style
that.
beer.
Yeah.
Guinness style beer with
That'll really
20
feel
grams
like
of
a meal.
protein.
Hell yeah.
You have to put protein in that.
Dude, midwinter,
It'd be sweet.
smash one of those back after a workout.
At least like, cause like I know you guys do run clubs and stuff like that. Like I know like sometimes you guys have beers after. Like, wouldn't it be cool if there was a beer that was like, oh shit, this is like a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Well, I
It'd
think
be
for
pretty
sure.
sweet.
I think like we're trying to get the everyday person to just be healthier, right? So any
So let's put protein in alcohol,
No, but
baby.
I
Let's
know.
go.
Every little inkling forward. If you're gonna drink a beer already, like let's at least make.
No,
it
I'm
have
with
20
you.
grams
I'm
of
with you.
protein
I'm
in
with
it,
you.
So you can get there. This is it though, and I think that's the thing with consumers. Like, there's so much out there that can make you healthier. So like, the more we can just put it in front of you. And again, educate you the right way. Have the obvious stuff on the front so you're reading it properly.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're all about. That's what our business is about. That's what our podcast is about. So
That's why we did
love that.
Northern Hydration, right? Because it's just like we know so many people like don't drink alcohol anymore.
Yeah.
Like, how can we get these people like to drink a can after a run club where you're not drinking alcohol? That's something that's bad for you. Like, everyone wants to be healthier.
Yeah.
We're like, how can we target them? Like,
Yeah.
give them something that looks like they're fitting in. If someone else is drinking beer beside them, and they're getting something that's really good for them.
Yeah.
That was like one of our original ideas.
Yeah, I like that.
I think you're really speaking to the social aspect of it, which is a huge hard part for people.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
right after I was in beer, I took a break from alcohol for a while, and like that was the hardest part. It's like, how do I show up to things? How do I participate?
Yeah, it's
without
awkward.
drinking?
Yeah, and as much as you want to think like, oh, don't worry about people judging you, like that stuff's always going through your mind. So like to have an option where you can fit in like that, it's like it's great.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I have quite a few friends that are like, hey, so when you're canning beer, can you throw a few of those Northern cans in the beer line?
Yeah.
So that I can have
Yeah.
Northern hydration when I'm not supposed to be.
Yeah, like toss those in there.
I was like, We can't do that. No.
But like even people here, because I know you guys are selling it. I saw it over here, right? It's like if I've had a drink or two, and it's like I want to obviously hydrate after the fact. That's not a bad idea either.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I don't think there's enough stuff in bars, restaurants that like are available to people to drink. Yeah, that's actually like enjoyable or does something for you. My next question for you guys, because this is a big one for me, because again, the pivot here or just like doing both obviously takes time and it's taxing. What excites you the most about this brand and where it could lead?
I think we said it from the beginning. The cool stuff we get to do. Yeah. I think
Like
we
this,
said that
right?
from the beginning.
This is
Like
awesome.
Yeah.
Alex was always like, "Oh, wouldn't it be so cool to work for Red Bull and like go to do all this cool shit?"
Yeah.
One of our friends right now, he sent us it was an AI picture, but he was at the Canada-US hockey game. At the Olympics, he works for Bell. He sends a picture. I guess he was drinking a beer, and he made AI change it to like Caledon Hills Brewing beer and send it to like our group chat. So sick. I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if Northern Hydration could get us to that point?
Yeah,
we're
like,
at the Olympics,
dude,
like doing something.
Someone has a picture of this.
Or like that
That's
would
cool
be
stuff,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's been like that's like a dream. Yeah, like aside from like being successful, I think that's probably where a lot of the drive stems from.
Yeah.
Doing cool stuff, meeting you guys, like doing stuff like this. This is really fun. This
like,
is like
we didn't do this in the with the brewery ever,
no.
right? So like it's pretty cool. Like, you know, we've done a few now, and it's just because of this product. Like we're meeting so many new people. Like the brewing industry, like you meet other brewers and stuff like that, but like I don't know, like we know everyone in the community, but this is cool because I'm meeting people like you guys.
Yeah, expand out.
You know, like I have so many friends on social media that I've never met before. But it's cool. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
way more social than the beer industry.
yeah.
Yeah.
The beer industry is interesting. I'll say that. Like people aren't that friendly, unfortunately. Like in the industry, like they're friendly. Like
other breweries?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're friendly. Like, hey, like Sebastian, how's it
competitive.
going? But there's a competitive mindset. I think that there's maybe a lot of struggle in the alcohol industry in general because the big companies really have
Stronghold.
They have the biggest bat, right? So
Yeah.
then all the little guys are fighting for spots. So I think with Northern Hydration, because it's unique, there's nothing else like it. We have our own little niche, and then we get to start locally like this, and
Yeah, like
It's fun.
I've met
have a good time.
I met this guy in Caledon that owns like this landscaping company, and it's like massive. Like they do like all of Mississauga. And he was so nice. It was awesome. I had a Northern with him. We chatted for like 3 hours.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like,
I love that.
I wouldn't get this with beer.
Yeah.
Like, this was so cool. He showed me his yard. They had like 100 tractors.
Yeah, he did.
And he's like, this all goes to Mississauga. I'm like, man, this is crazy. You're loaded.
Yeah, that's cool, man. What have you guys learned specifically from like branching out into this? Like, how has it challenged you guys in a different way?
I mean, it's really challenging, like starting a business from scratch after like having the brewery at that point for 9 years. Like you're starting over. Like we're starting at zero followers, 0 sales.
Yeah.
You know,
11,000 now.
right? Yeah. Now 11,000.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's been really hard, but a lot of fun. I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was going to grow faster, which is crazy because it's grown amazing. But it's amazing that you learn things take a lot of time. Like nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens in a year. And you got to be patient. You got to wait 5 years, 10 years for it to be like a well-known company in Canada. For some reason, I thought because it was such a good product and like so specific that we were going to grow in like 2 years, but that's not realistic.
It's good to have that belief, though.
For sure, but it's also like you learn that like that doesn't happen.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah. I think I could say two things that have been very difficult. One would be it's surprising how difficult it is to get your product on the shelf, like of a store. Alex has reached out to, I honestly would say 100 independent grocery stores. We're in 2.
Yeah.
Like it's odd that there's this gigantic barrier, and luckily we just met some awesome dudes through a squash club in Toronto that we're members at, and they're going to help us break that barrier. But basically without them, you really don't stand a chance, which I wouldn't have thought, because in the beer industry, the LCBO regulates everything
Right.
so like down to the T that you actually have a little bit of a chance. Each LCBO is its own individual sales call, and they have no reason to say no to you. So if you're nice, you have a good product, usually they'll put you on the shelf.
Interesting.
Restaurants is a different battle because Molson owns a lot of that industry. So that's been really interesting. And then I think second thing, which we didn't realize, was our social media, we thought would have a lot more like product shots, maybe like highlight reel stuff. But as we're growing and learning, it has to have more of this stuff, more of us talking on camera, more of us being a part of
Like
things.
it's almost no product shots.
Yeah.
Which is exactly opposite of what we thought.
It's a story. I think
Yeah,
people
we
like stories.
story.
we touched on Nick Bear before we started.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he's done and created this amazing business for himself. Is it's all about what they're doing as a company,
Man,
not so much.
sorry to interrupt you, but like the
Yeah.
coolest thing would be to like have an experience of like what's the name of the head brewer that we talked to today?
Phil.
Like Phil. Like what's
Yeah.
Phil up to, man?
Yeah.
Brewing these
Yeah.
hydrate like
What's
that.
Phil doing every day?
Yeah, like that kind of content's cool. Like integrating the like
Yeah.
at least for me, it's like integrating the process of how Northern is built and how it goes out to the events. Like the one thing that we did that one time with our run club is we had like your product at a run club for like this long run day that we did, and like the way that product got integrated into the actual activity, I think is like the really cool way of like showing what Northern like can actually
Is about.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather
That's
than
cool
like
stuff.
just like posting a picture of a can and being like,
Yeah, like, I think
this is
Buy
good
this.
for you.
I think
Yeah.
that stuff matters, but like I think also like just how does this integrate into like the community? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
creating
sure.
a community and a brand, not
Yeah.
just like a product.
But I think you guys do a good job of that. Like I get that vibe
Yeah,
on your
thank you.
page.
We're getting
yeah.
better.
Well,
Like, in
it
the
was something
beginning.
we didn't realize at the beginning.
Yeah, because we never did it for the brewery.
No, like the
Yeah.
brewery, the community grows here,
Yeah.
right? Like in the everyday things where it's not so much social media and showing people what's going on. It just happens organically.
Yeah.
But with Northern, you have to create that.
Yeah.
Like it's happening, but you have to show people it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I probably repost like 10 stories a day of people like just posting
Yeah, that's the
pictures.
coolest.
Dude, that's great.
We can swear,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, swear, bro.
Dude, that's the coolest shit ever.
That is
Yeah.
cool shit.
Like
Yeah.
that was a massive
cool.
surprise.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
How supportive
all the
people are.
people who
Yeah.
repost
Including
Northern
you guys.
Hydration.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
a product, man. The product is good.
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
There's tons of like I'll shout out Hamilton. Like Hamilton is obviously where we're from. There's tons of communities in Hamilton that like I know this product like fits well into.
Yeah.
Like obviously Jarrell's here today. Like he's a
Yeah.
big part of like
Legend.
what got me connected to Northern.
Shout out Jarrell.
This guy knows everyone in Hamilton, and like integrating this into it is like perfect. Like it fits well into like what they're
What's
doing.
the run store?
the Runner's Den.
Yeah, Runner's Den.
Yeah, they were
That's
huge
so
supporter of
you.
us.
You would have found out from the mill.
The Mill Street race,
the
yeah,
mill
the
run or
5K,
whatever.
10K, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where we were? We were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave away like 1,000 cans that day.
Yeah.
And we were like, but half of it was like kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, maybe next year we put like 18 plus.
Yeah.
Because like that's not who we're looking for. We're not
Yeah.
like that's quenched.
We're not
by us
trying to
still.
sell kids.
We're good.
Yeah.
That's their
Yeah,
department, not us.
But it's like still the energy. I think that you guys said it right.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe the beer industry has a little bit of different energy, but I think the fitness, wellness, as it spreads
Yeah.
out, the energy there is community.
Community
and
for
getting
sure.
People together and supporting each other.
Yeah.
We can all win together, right?
Yeah.
And looking for products and services that do that, and that's why kind of all of us are together here visiting you guys, right? Just because I want to make sure we pop this in before the end of the podcast, but the one thing we're asking all of our guests, what is potential? What does true potential mean to you? Like, what is accessing your potential? That would be my question for both of you, because I think you're going about your story in a different way than people do, and you're taking chances in different areas than people have, and I think that's really inspiring. So what does that? Yeah, what does true potential mean to you?
I would say for us is never stop growing. Like never be complacent. Like we talked about this like a week ago, where we got to a point where we're like, the brewery was doing well, and me and Sebastian were like working less, and we're like, this isn't good. Like, why? Like, it's awesome. Sure, we get to go skiing midday. But we're like, this is not like we're like 32 and 27, whatever you are, 31, 32.
It's so funny. You didn't know you were earlier
I
either.
didn't
He's like,
know.
I think he's like 28.
Yeah. And I was like, this is like, we both said, like, this is bad. Like, we need to grow. Like,
Yeah, we need to do something different.
like that's for when we're like 60 and like we're chilling and our kids take over the business or whatever we do with the business.
Yeah.
But like that's what we want. We want every year we should do something new growth. Like if there's not growth and we're just chilling, then something's wrong.
But where does that come from? Like, because I feel like we have that, and then I look around and it's not a shared, perspective.
I think like sports helps a lot. Like if you grew up playing sports, that's huge. Like if you're always trying to win, especially in individual sport like we played,
True.
like you're always winning. Like you're always like, I don't care about anyone. Like this guy's ranked 20 spots ahead of me. Fuck him. I'm gonna win.
Hell yeah. There's some dogs in these guys.
Yeah,
they're
that's
like
part of it.
It doesn't go away.
It never goes away.
Gotta find a new area to do
It
it.
never goes away.
I suck at squash now, but I still have the mentality.
Yo, but I'll can in Northern Hydration like it's my job.
Yeah, I think it's also when you have a fire under your ass, it helps, right? Like we know that. I heard it like maybe half a year ago, something about like a stats. If your business is not growing by 15% per year, you're actually dying because the way the market goes up, right? So I think if we looked at it, you're like, oh, like if we're staying stagnant, like that's not good. Even though things are good, it's actually bad. So I think that's where it comes from, is like, that everything is on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And now we employ, 20, 30 people. We have families, our parents are getting older and eventually they want to retire. So there's a lot of weight on our shoulders, but the pressure is good pressure.
Yeah.
You need the pressure or else you can just become okay with it. Like,
But it's cool. We've even had we had a team meeting that Sebastian organized in January, and like we had employees be like, so what's next? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that was sick.
And we were like,
Hell yeah.
like that sparked both of us being like, oh, we need to do something. Like,
Yeah.
like they want to grow with us. So
Yeah.
like, we're like, what are we going to do? We're like, we're going to open up another restaurant or something like that. Like we got to grow to help with their career too. Not just mine, Sebastian's career and making money. That's secondary, but like helping your employees get to their next step. Like that's huge.
We have an unreal team. Yesterday with the Canada-US hockey game, outcome sucked. But our chef and manager, they got like a few people being like, hey, like maybe you guys could open up at 8 a.m. for like the game. And so they took it upon themselves. They're like, hey guys, I think we're going to open up. Like we'll run it. Don't worry about anything. We're going to take care of it.
Yeah,
we're
like, you
going
don't even need to come by.
Like
This is
you
your
don't
team?
have to come by. Yeah.
Yes.
But we think that there's enough demand that we should be able to pack the house. You were here earlier
yeah.
before me.
It was awesome.
We came by just to see what was going
Just to
on and watch
eat
the
the
game. It was packed. Like it was a full house in here. It was amazing. And I'm like, I said actually to Sam, our manager, afterwards, I was like, good on you guys for organizing this.
That's hype, man.
That's amazing.
That's,
Like,
that's great stuff.
yeah, to have a team member that cares so much about being successful.
Yeah, like, we wouldn't have thought about that. I didn't think about it.
I wouldn't have been able to do it because like we have families Sunday morning. That's hard.
Yeah.
Like,
going
right?
on.
It's a lot going on. I can't work 24/7. So cool. And I think that we have learned probably in the last few months how important it is to have a good team.
The team, yeah.
If you don't have a good team, you're fucked.
Like even like Phil at the brewery, like
Yeah.
like
Yo,
even
shout
him
out Phil, man.
Yeah, like
I
even-
like Phil.
Shout out Phil, bro.
Yo, I liked Phil.
even like him just talking to you guys.
Yeah,
like,
that was
he's
cool,
He's
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
he
and,
loves
like,
it.
He
Yeah, you can tell.
runs that place. Like
Yeah.
like Sebastian said, like I used to work there all the time. Now I'm not. Like we don't have to worry. Like he'll like tell us like this is what we're doing. And you're like sweet, okay, that makes sense. Good, let's do it. Like it's awesome having
Phil's a
people
legend.
like that.
Yeah, he is.
He beat cancer this past
Yeah.
fall. Yeah.
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, beat cancer.
yeah.
He was crazy. Like up until like the day before he had to go for his like surgery to remove it all.
Yeah.
He was working like a dog.
Yeah.
He wrote us pages of notes of
Yeah.
everything that we had to know. And actually one of the things he said, which made me really feel proud, was he's like, you know what's crazy is I left for 2 months or so. I left and I wasn't worried about you guys. Like I was so happy that you had my back. You know, like we made sure he got paid the entire time he was away. We wanted him to feel comfortable during his recovery.
Of course.
And that made me feel good being like, you know, he was happy that we had his back too. So it's like a very family dynamic.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you ever want to like go out drinking, Phil, we'll drink you under the table.
I bet he will, bro.
I want a follow up to that.
He's
He's got to be cancer, but yo, he'll drink you on the table though.
he's
a guy.
East Coast
He's a dog.
boy. We went to Germany with like the whole staff, and he came. Like we drank straight 3 days. Me, Sebastian, our dad, and our other brother. I could barely walk because I was so hungover.
Our dad almost
he almost
died.
died. Like, it was awesome. And Phil, next day, is fine. Like, drinking a beer
Phil's
at
sitting
like
there
8 a.m. in the
drinking
train
hydration. He's like,
station.
boys, what's up?
Yeah, he was fine. It was like, this is incredible. That's like bred into him.
I love it. Well, we should probably wrap up because we could talk forever. But
that was a good one. Shout out to Phil.
Yeah, shut up, Phil. Is there anything else you guys want to hit on before we wrap up? Do you think it's important to get across, or?
Make sure you check out these boys and their channel and
appreciate
their businesses. Yeah, they're awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
This is
it's
super
awesome.
cool. Thanks for the
Yeah.
visit.
Thank you for letting us.
Shout out to Jarrell.
Yeah, shout out to the myth. But yeah, guys, this has been a pleasure. I think we got a lot of good conversations in about what you guys do and why you're doing it. And that's what we wanted to shout out today. So thank you. Thank you for making a great product.
Buy some Northern Hydration.
Yeah,
For real.
Yeah, check it out.
Get it.
Cheers.
Hey, that's a
Thanks,
wrap.
boys. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming, eh? That's awesome.
Cheers, man.
That was awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, that was great. You guys, that was like so many good stories there.